Hello students, welcome once again. This is lecture number 7E, where we are differentiating inverse trigonometric functions. So the next question is y equals to cosec inverse of 1 upon cos of 5 raised to x. So this is angle of cos and this cos is in denominator. Instead of differentiating it directly, what I will do is I will try to simplify this part first. So 1 upon cos theta is sec theta. So this will become sec 5 raised to x. Now what I notice here is I have got cosec inverse of sec 5 raised to x. You know, if I have cosec inverse of cosec x, if I have cosec inverse of cosec x, then I can directly write this as x. Cosec inverse of cosec x is x. So here this my aim is to write this sec of 5 raised to x as cosec something. Now how do I convert this sec trigonometric function into cosec? We know sec theta is cosec pi by 2 minus theta. Pi by 2 minus theta. This is allied angle formula. Sec theta is cosec pi by 2 minus theta. So here sec 5 raised to x, I wrote cosec pi by 2 minus 5 raised to x. Then having done this, now I use this result. This result says cosec inverse of cosec x will be simply x. So cosec inverse of cosec this will be simply this part, pi by 2 minus 5 raised to x. Now once I got this simplified step, I differentiate both sides with respect to x. You need to be careful, students. See, you cannot, many a times you will be given a function to be differentiated, and with keen observation and with your practice you will know that you don't have to differentiate such functions directly. That will lead to a trouble. Okay, but then when you simplify this using your expertise in trigonometry or whatever mathematical manipulation or simplification is concerned, you will always end up getting simple function. Now see, differentiating this function compared to this function is far more simpler. Now when I differentiate both sides, I get d by dx of y equals to d by dx of pi by 2 minus 5 raised to x. Pi by 2 has got nothing in x, so derivative of pi by 2 is 0. It's a constant, minus d by dx of 5 raised to x, which I have written directly. It is a raised to x log a. So a 5 raised to x into log 5 and negative sign as it is. So I get this answer. Next is y equals to cos inverse of square root of 1 minus cos x square the whole upon 2. Now once again, what I do is I don't differentiate this directly. This will lead to difficulty. So what I do, I try to simplify this content of the square root part. When I do that, I remember one special formula of trigonometry. And what that formula is, the formula is 1 minus cos theta is 2 sine square theta upon 2. The angle gets divided by 2. So the same formula I use here. It is 1 minus cos x square. X square is the angle of cos. So it will be 2 sine square and x square upon 2. Then this 2 and 2 cancels. I get square root of sine square x square by 2. And then square root of sine square gets me only sine. You know, if you have square root of sine square theta, that is sine theta. Got it? So here what you have square root of sine square you have square root of sine square x square by 2. So you get only sine of x square by 2. See this, we got here cos inverse of sine x square by 2. So what is next step? This sine has to be converted into cos. So sine theta, I will write cos of pi by 2 minus theta, cos of pi by 2 minus x square by 2. Cos inverse of cos x is simply x. So I'm using that result here. What that result is, students? Cos inverse of cos x is equal to x. So cos inverse of cos, this angle, I am left only with this angle, pi by 2 minus x square by 2. Once I end up getting this simpler form, I will differentiate with respect to x both sides, and when I do that, d by dx of pi by 2 gets me 0. Now from here, x square upon 2, 1 upon 2 is constant. I wrote it out. So 1 upon 2 is out and d by dx of x square is 2x. So this 2 and 2 cancels. I get the final answer as x. The next one, the next is 8th problem. Y equals to tan inverse of 1 minus tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan x by 2. Next step, what I do is, look at this denominator. What I write for the denominator is, in the denominator, see, rest all parts I make no changes. This 1 here I wrote as it is. This tan x by 2 here in the numerator I wrote as it is. This 1 also I wrote as it is. No change here for this. But this tan x by 2, I'm writing 1 into tan x by 2. I'm writing 1 multiplied to tan x by 2. You know, if you are multiplying 1 to any number, the number remains same. So 1 into tan x by 2 is still getting me tan x by 2. So what I'm doing is, it's a manipulation. Now, if you are wondering that why do we write it this way, so I remind you one very important inverse trigonometric function result. And what was that? If you remember, it was this. Okay, I write it here for you. It was tan inverse of A minus tan inverse of B equals to tan inverse of A minus B upon 1 plus AB. So here I am using this result reverse. That is, I am going from right hand side to left hand side. See, this is right hand side of the result. I am using it from here to here. Okay, so tan inverse of A minus B upon 1 plus AB is tan inverse of A minus tan inverse of B. You can check this, tan inverse of A minus tan inverse of B. I repeat once again. What was the result? Tan inverse of A minus tan inverse of B equals to tan inverse of A minus B upon 1 plus AB. But we are using from right to left. Right to left. Tan inverse of A minus B upon 1 plus AB is tan inverse A minus tan inverse B. So this result is applicable here. See, tan inverse of 1 minus tan x by 2, this is B here, 1 is A. So tan inverse of 1 minus tan x by 2 upon 1 plus 1 into tan x by 2. See, here we are getting A into B. If you consider this as A and this as B, so this is A into B. 1 into tan x by 2. So I will get tan inverse of A minus tan inverse of B. Tan inverse of 1 minus tan inverse of tan x by 2. 1 is A and tan x by 2 was B. Okay. You can repeat this once, you can rewind the video and see this once again. Now tan inverse of 1, you know, it is pi by 4. Tan inverse of 1, for what angle? Tan has value 1, the angle is pi by 4. And here tan inverse of tan x by 2. Tan inverse of tan x by 2 is simply x by 2. Then we differentiate both sides with respect to x. Derivative of pi by 4 is 0 and derivative of x by 2 is 1 upon 2. And you have negative sign in between, so minus here. So the final answer is, why derivative of x by 2 is 1 by 2, students? Because 1 upon 2 is constant and derivative of x is 1. So 1 into 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So the final answer is minus 1 by 2. Then this question, tan inverse of 1 plus cos x by 3 upon sine of x by 3. Okay, once again, we know the formula, a special formula you already know. 1 plus cos theta equals to 2 cos square theta by 2. Just prior to this, we had written formula 1 minus cos theta. When you have negative here, then you write sine square here. Okay, but then it is positive, so it is 2 cos square theta by 2. So 1 plus cos x by 3 will be 2 cos square half of x by 3. Half of x by 3 is x by 6. Okay, so for numerator I got this as the numerator. Then look at the denominator. Once I change the angle of numerator as x by 6 by writing the half angle formula, I would like to write half angle formula for this also. Now you know sine theta half angle formula is 2 sine theta by 2 multiplied to cos of theta by 2. What happens? The angle becomes half this side. So if I am applying this formula, if I am applying for sine x by 3, what it will become, students? It will become 2 sine half of x by 3 into cos half of x by 3. So 2 sine x by 6 into cos of x by 6. Now this 2 and 2 cancels. 1 cos x by 6 will also cancel, and I'm left with cos x by 6 upon sin x by 6, which is equal to cot of x by 6. Then I change this cot to tan by using allied angle formula, that is cot x by 6. I wrote tan of pi by 2 minus x by 6 because outside I see tan inverse. I want here tan inverse of tan of some angle. So finally I get tan inverse of tan of this angle is simply this angle, pi by 2 minus x by 6. I divide, then I differentiate both sides with respect to x, and I get answer finally as minus 1 upon 6. You can divide the video once again and check this and try to learn this. Thank you.